everyone. Welcome back to the Tidebringer Podcast. My name's Wesley. I'm joined here by Sandwich. We're the hosts, and we have our guest for today, Xeriscape from Bullish on Gaming, and Hatlord from the Fry Boys. How are y'all doing today?
I'm alright.
Be better.
I'm alright.
Y'all kind of just came off of the weekend 3. You're kind of enemies in the grand finals. A little bit.
Or we're very close friends, is the way I think about it.
Sure. I mean, you guys can be friends and being better than all the other scrubs that got knocked out earlier. Nice Bullish on Gaming t-shirt.
Yeah, Bullish, you jacked. Sandwich.
I guess I'll start with you, Hatlord. What was your sort of experience this last tournament? What were sort of the takeaways? It seems like your org gets better and better results each time. What's changing for you guys?
We're just doing our thing, getting results. Probably Astronauts would have been a harder opponent if they didn't lose their captain, who carried them in the previous tournament to a championship. So they were kind of handicapped.
Rook.
His name's Rook, aka Salivating Salamander. He's a captain player in Div 2. He's pretty good, very smart player, drafts a lot of cheese lineups.
I mean, you played against 2 stand-in lineups, because whoever you played first didn't have Aeon, they had a stand-in. So, do you guys skate by just playing against, like, weaker teams, or what?
Well, that first stand-in on the first team, I kind of said that was bullshit because the guy's profile was blocked and he has one game and it's in Russia and who the hell was that guy?
Who was it?
Nobody even knows who that guy is.
You're saying there's some Russian interference maybe in the NADCL.
I'm saying that guy could be anybody. Who is he?
True. Might have been Aeon in disguise. Just worse and plays different heroes.
Nobody knows who that guy is. They told me it's Ego, bro. And I'm like, okay, who the fuck is Ego? They're like, well, we'll DQ them if we find out he's not US East, and they just start the match. And I'm just like, wait, what the fuck? I didn't agree to this.
I didn't know about any of this. Holy shit.
Yeah, I casted that game, so I knew it was a stand-in, and it was really annoying that his Dota buff was blocked, because we couldn't see anything he played, what positions he played. It was very annoying.
Yeah,
so did anything happen?
Team scouted out, and they just dumped this guy with no match history on us, and then they're just like, it's fine, even though I'm saying it's not fine, and then they got him to unprivate his Dota buff, and they said, okay, it's fine now because his Dota buff's unprivate, and you look at his Dota buff, and it's like 700 games in Russia, 300 in Europe East. Like, get the fuck out of here, man. Nobody did their due diligence for playing some probably 10k MMR stand-in, no idea who he is. Luckily, we won anyway. His PA was super terrible, so they should have stuck to Sven only because his Sven was actually really good.
So he was carry.
Yeah, his Sven was really good.
How about you, Xeriscape? How was your experience in this tourney number 3? Obviously, you won, so you're feeling good. Was there any sort of big ups and downs?
No, it's all pretty mellow. We're all pretty cool with each other. We're on game 15, but actually we're on game 100 with all the interplay we have, which is kind of cool. So it's a little seems like Fry Boys where they swap 3 players every week because they don't have Yambur anymore. I don't remember who you had week 2, but this week where they have Pingu and Umbros and the other guy, LGTK. LGTK was his first week here, right? He was on Honored Vanguard and then somewhere else.
We've had 3 players every week, and we had the same line. Well, we had 1 player missing week 2 because Jan Burra couldn't play, but we subbed in our previous 3, and then we moved a bunch of players around to make it work. It was kind of nutty, but it did manage to work against the first round opponent, and then it did not work in round 2.
Yeah, but for us, it's more about actual team related stuff now, figuring out the best way to play. I think that's why we're having such good results, is that we don't have to figure out who each other are and what each other like to play. and like what is even pickable for us. Now we're worrying about like, oh, do we just have to out team fight these guys, or do we have to like run around the map and do crazy shit? And I think that's kind of the advantage now with being on week 3 of the same 5 people, like the exact same 5. And now it's only me going up in the air, and I'm like 20% that I can even play. I'll be like locking myself in a room at my brother's wedding during the
So,
night.
are you gonna play in the final tournament?
Maybe.
The Juicer
I
Cup?
don't think I'm supposed to. Like legally, I don't think I'm supposed to. But I'm all about the boys. You know, if Chris Usher, which is short for Ush, by the way. I know pro players like that. I can use their first name.
That's crazy, bro.
Yeah. You know, Chris Usher was really hurt that I had to break it up, and he kind of talked me into doing it. And like, fuck my family. You know what I mean?
True. True.
My real family's
video
bullish
games
on
matter.
gaming. So, it all depends.
It seems both of y'all's rosters have had pretty consistent players the whole time. Do y'all feel like in the redrafts there should be more poaching going on? It seems like people are kind of scared to reshape their rosters in these redrafts. What's that like for you, Hatlord, since you're on that administrative side?
Kind of easy to read who's going to draft which player, except Trash Knights. They could draft anybody, and Paladins draft anybody. So those are, you have no idea who they're going to pick. But the other teams, you know who they're going to pick because they got friends. Like, there's no way Astronauts wasn't going to pick Rook when he entered the pool. Because if you looked at that guy, he was friends with Rojo and Double King. So 100% they were taking him. And then if you look at THV, 100% they were taking Vol last week because he was basically, you know, I mean, he wasn't hiding the fact that he wanted to be on THV, so that was an easy read. But Paladins pick, no idea who they're going to pick week to week, and same for Trash Knights.
Well, Trash Knights are doing joke picks, so what can you do?
What do you think of my Trash Knights game, Hatlord?
I don't think Trash Knights are picking joke picks. They're picking guys who are jokes, and then they
Yeah.
fail on the team. And then
I actually think that's like
play with these
completely on the Trash Knight sky too, where
don't
you
think
can't
so.
pick. Like, is he talking to the people who drafts beforehand? Because I'm sure A and B would have told them beforehand what the case was. A and B is a whole different mess, anyways. A and B could curate a team for him, and nobody would still play it. You know, look at he had 1-1, and he got to pick his next 5 people, and he replaced all 5 of them next week, or 4 of them. I guess he kept Thana.
That's right.
But there seems to be a lot of drafts where it's like they don't know what the fuck's going on. And you're like with Bullish, we've had 2 redrafts, and they've had 2 options, and they have 5 options for each role. For if me and Sebs got poached, they have 5 options, and then Paladins, they're getting into the second pick, so like you know, round 2, pick 3, and they're already out of options, and they're getting talked into NADCL. They almost got talked into Tempest. You know what I mean? Like, how
Well,
little
to
are
be fair, these guys are not Dota. They don't have Dota backgrounds. They just got talked into entering this by PPD as a fun thing. So they don't have the Dota background. They don't have the Dota expertise. So you got to give them a break on that.
Yeah, but by now they have like someone representing it, right? Like Paladins, I'm sure you could just say Shaggy, pick up 5 people for me, go represent the draft. Didn't you guys have that one week? I know somebody sent a player. Maybe week 2 or the second week redraft?
I sent a player because my trade got shut down that I made with THV, and so I didn't feel like doing it. So I made Yunbura do it.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Where it's like, for the most part, like I know all the people I'm playing against. I think I'm a little obsessive in it because like I pay attention to a lot of the amateur shit because I play in it. Because I'm like 6, 7K, and I'm not like the 8, 9K where I'm playing DPC level. So I look up to the DPC players, and I'm peers with all the amateur level people. So I know every person I play against. So like, it's crazy to me how little depth some of these teams are going into with their picking. Which is why I think there's not a lot of poaching, or there's a lot of people that are getting like ignored because they're not friends with whatever.
So you could get poached, Xeriscape, because we don't have 5 lock-ins.
Yeah, legally.
So
Unlikely.
I have a Saturday, like I can't play the first Saturday of the tournament, and then like I think the plan is I'm just playing on the hotspot if the like Airbnb house Wi-Fi isn't very good. We're gonna figure that one out on the spot.
That doesn't sound great.
Yeah, I'm pretty certain I'm not playing, but that's part of life.
Damn.
That's another thing about replacing players with players that have been on squads consistently is what are you getting? Because like if some team decides I'm gonna snipe Xeriscape, is he gonna really be motivated to play with you? Probably not. So why would you want to get that? It's a
I don't
bad
think that's
idea.
the case, because Pingo's been on 3 different teams, and he went
Yeah,
from like the cut team, which is basically his DPC team that he walked away from, and then he went to Grin, which I don't think he knows any of the 4 people, and then he went
seems different.
to Fry
He's
Boys,
been
where
on a lot of
he,
different teams in the
yeah, it's kind of the
past.
case with everybody though. Like, there's very like few beefs where like it's unplayable, and it's just because the people are absolute morons. Where it's
So,
I
like,
think that's hilarious.
there's not like, oh, random player has random beef with this person. It's all of like, oh, this guy's undraftable because he's a piece of shit. Which matters so much more than fucking skill. Like,
It does.
our team, like, you're not going to tell me that there's not 5 better carry players than Skyward. That there's not 3 better mid players than Ush. That there's not 10,000 better 5 players than me. That there's not 5 better players than Seps. And we've won twice. It's just because we're, like, used to each other. And, like, we're at the point now, or we're at the point, like, right away, where it's like, we don't need to meet each other. We need to figure out how this works.
you're saying it's a
Oh,
team
you're
game.
undervaluing the brain that you have in Flea, and also the experience from Ush matters a lot. Like yesterday, when y'all
Yeah.
drafted Kunkka, I had the read on the Kunkka. I told him he might pick Kunkka, but I forgot to tell him, by the way, if he picks Kunkka, you need to pick this. So they picked Quap, and they got destroyed because that's a horrible matchup. And I was just like, damn. I gave him
Yeah.
the cheat sheet, but I forgot to tell him what to do if that hero gets picked.
I mean, Chris Usher, which is Ush, by the way, I use his full name because we're tight like that. Yeah, I know top players. He's a beast, but like mechanically, he's not better than someone like A and B. Probably, maybe. Where it's like A and B is probably a top 2 or 3 like player, but he's a horrible teammate. I don't know if you guys got like the chance to play the in-house games, the privilege to play the in-house games with him, where he just down like he talks to you like you're a piece of shit the whole time. And now I have Flea and Ush, who are legit proven TI level players that like respect you. And that matters so much more than any amount of skill. Like I want to
Sure,
play
Ush
this
is
shit.
higher rated than A and B.
Do you think Mr. Squid was excited to get A and B drafted to his team? That guy's gotten fisted this tournament run, to put it politely. But like all that matters is how well your team like wants to play with each other, because you have to be with these guys for 6 hours at least to play in the finals, and then however long the grand finals are.
Yep.
So
Right, so
another thing that you're underrating is depth of player pool. So Ush's player pool is much deeper than probably every mid in the tournament. So if a situation rises where Ush has to play a hero that people don't play mid, or some weird hero like Kunkka, he can play it. Can any other mid player in this tournament play Kunkka mid? Probably not. Or if they do, it's probably really bad.
yeah, Chris Usher is him. What do you want me to say? That's fucking crazy. That's part of playing, where it's
He's
like,
got a great hero pool.
hey, sometimes he carries, sometimes he get carried. Like then he was like 1 in 10 on Storm the one game, and I'm like, well, I got to team morale manage this one to make sure Chris Usher doesn't break his fucking items. Because he just died randomly. It's like, man, Ush, just go late, bro. We're going to farm this one. We got this. That's like, you don't have that if you're not a good teammate. It doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't matter how insane I play Phoenix or whatever the fuck I was playing that game. Like, to a point, all that matters is how good of a person you are to the people around you.
Did you guys win that one, where you went 1 and 10?
Fuck yeah, we won that one.
I interviewed Skyward
Cheated.
on the grand finals yesterday, and he said that Xeriscape, you bring vibes. What does he mean by that? He says you bring the best vibes. What are you doing? What are you bringing?
So it all starts with a song recommendation. Me and him, like, we'll play the same song. So, like,
You sync it up?
Yep. We had, like, the Olivia Rodrigo album on repeat 1. We had the Miami Boys Choir for the second game. We had the Lonely Island one. That one was terrible. We won that game too, but that one was a hard fucking one to get through.
Yeah.
I had to like keep turning the slider down, and then it's not like the same shit where it's not like I can't captain the game over Flea and Ush. There's no fucking way, and that's like how I've gotten to this level is like they're playing the map right. But I can say the small shit that helps a lot, and I can fucking clap for people, you know, and that's I think a very important thing where it's like, dude, like I'm low 6K. I still have roll queue games. I have that privilege over these other fucking nerds. And so like it doesn't like I'm outplayed by every 5 that I play against. Flea like demasculines me by taking my fucking wards from me all game. You know how sick it is when you just have 3 wards in inventory and he pings you to stop placing them and just give them to him? It's a beautiful fucking feeling. Like I knew in game 3 I was even getting a ward in my inventory. My curve was just flying to him. And it's like, you have to just deal with that shit. I can sit there and cry about it, sure. Or I can just roll with it, because we're going to keep winning. And that's like, I think that's what he means. Is that, I try to make the games fun, not like de-escalate a lot of situations. Like with Ush. Chris Usher was ready to break his fucking items. He got solo killed by Moosey 3 fucking times, you know? He was going through it. And I had to break that down a little bit. And we got going. You know, you go late. Justin Skyward. Think about that. I got him to believe for 30 minutes that Skyward would carry a game for him. You know how fucking hard that is to do? Guy's terrible. He's a moron. You fucking asked for Immorta? We gotta talk about a lone druid one game. You know, like every game. I think we had to carry Puckface that he was going through every week too. Where he wants that shit all the time. And I had to convince us that that guy was gonna carry his game for him.
When Skyward picks Muerta, are we already mentally thinking about game number 2 on the team, or what's going on?
Tell people to stop being a fucking hater. That's what you need to do.
I saw like I casted that game.
Bro,
that
Muerta smoked some games.
I don't know. I saw her jungling near the tier 2 tower while Umbos was...
yeah, that's life. Dude, I'm playing fucking Venge.
Umbos,
you think I play that shit?
Umbos did that to pretty much every carry on Tidehunter. You should
guys,
who is that
one
guy?
against Sportface when their carry is just watching him take his tier 2 and he can't do anything. He just has to watch.
Actually, I think
then
the
they did
real
a 5-man
champion
rotation on.
for Fryboys is Gucci, or LGTK. I can call him by his first name because I know pro players. I'm kind of in the scene like that, but his Pugna was owning.
Yeah, guys. That was like the most helpless I've ever felt in the game.
He just starts picking Pugna, and I'm like, wait a minute, you play Pugna? What the fuck? It's just dub, and I'm like, okay, I guess he plays Pugna.
Was dirty. Nah, dude, Martha's good. Like, even the game we lost against the Astronauts team that won it, like, he almost brought that shit back. We just had 4 people feeding. But,
we had the lead on the Muerta. We knew it was coming. That's why we counterpicked it. We just picked PA and one-shot it.
No, that hero wasn't fair. Fuck that hero. That was a cheating
we
hero.
Got one-shotted by PA the next game. And then we were like, well, that's OP. You guys cheated. Don't ignore game 1, by the way.
That hero's fucking cheating, bro.
So
he's just invisible.
Game 3 was like, they had 5 team fight ults. And for some reason, my team decided that we should fight them 5v5 instead of split push. So
yeah, that's what like that's completely intentional. It's like we're at the point where it's like you know, week 1 and we won by a lot of like out farming people, like the Marcy shit. And then by the time we got to, you know, week 3, round 9 of playing with each other, it was just fuck it. Let's pick team fight heroes. We're gonna out team fight everybody. Like we're gonna outmaneuver people and get good team fights. And that's like how that shit got picked.
It was so funny because
we probably could have dodged it.
Y'all would use like Chrono Ravage, and it'd be like they overcommitted, and then you'd have 3 more teamfight ultimates, and it didn't fucking matter.
Yeah, it was a good time.
Probably could have dodged it with some PL split push and shit like that, but you know, it is what it is. The boys just wanted to ram in and go 5v5 and see who has the bigger dick.
That's an important part.
Do you have input on the draft, Hatlord, or are you sitting out?
I give them a cheat sheet, and then tell them that's about it. Cheat sheet on what to ban. So I had the Ush cheat sheet. It had Leshrac on there. It had Kunkka on there. And then the flea cheat sheet had her spirit coddle. We just let him have coddle for some reason. Should have banned both. Yeah, we had the Xeriscape cheat sheet also. I see him waiting for him. It's
Is
Phoenix
that
Marcy. That's
with
it.
uwu whistles? God. The
The
pink-haired
Skyward cheat
cat
sheet
girl.
is Muerto Spin. We'll let him have anything else. Don't really care. And then the triceps cheat sheet was like Legion Commander
Dawnbreaker.
and some other shit.
Dude,
So-
I think Seps had the best like comms moment of the tournament against the Shaggy team when he's getting dove at his ancients at 4.5 minutes in, and he dies there, and someone like I think Ush like pings it, and he's like, "Dude, what is Gyrocopter doing here? Why don't you call for help?" And he's like, "Dude, I don't know, but he's coming."
True.
Seps is thrown to the fucking wolves, man. I love that guy. He says nothing all weekend. He says absolutely nothing. Then he just comes out the banging one-liners.
Hatlord,
It's good shit.
I see you setting up scrims. Is that something that's still happening? I know early on y'all were doing that. Have y'all been getting scrims throughout the few weeks?
No, not really. We haven't scrimmed a single time since week 1. We got Paladins and Trash Knights, and we scrimmed Bullish, and that's it.
So it kind of
So what?
fell off, or what?
Yeah, nobody's really coordinated or wants to do anything like that anymore, I guess. So, is what it is.
Well, what's your background in Dota, Hatlord? You're kind of an enigmatic figure, owner of the Fry Boys.
I don't know. I started playing in 2012 because my friends made me play. Played bot games to get good, Then just fed in 5 stacks like everybody else. And then you start pretending that you're not trash because, in the 5 stack, you start getting some KDAs that look okay. So you're like, wow, I'm really good now. And then you solo queue. My first solo queue, I had 3 people mid against me, and I triple killed them before the horn started. And I was just ending the game at 11 minutes. So I'm like, damn, I'm a god at this game. Everybody's trash compared to me. That's like my best game ever is that one. So I've been downhill since.
Nice.
Damn.
First solo queue, that was your winning achievement.
Yeah, but I don't really like playing this game that much. I just know a lot about it because I used to bet on it a lot. So I know a shitload about the game and how it works and draft strategies and counter picks and stuff like that. But when we're in the game, I don't know how to play. But I know the pregame.
So how'd you get involved in NADCL? Like, what motivated you to buy a team?
APD was asking people to get in, and I was like, screw it, I'll join, I guess. I think I was like the 3rd team to join. I wanted to get in early too to get them momentum to get the rest, help them out.
Yeah. So how'd you meet PPD?
I'm just one of his stream monsters, that talks shit in his stream all the time. And then he made a Discord, and I joined that and talk shit in his Discord. And then we play like in houses and shit. And he's like, hey, this guy's all right. I guess I'll pretend to like this guy. So he probably just pretends to get my money for NADCL. So he got it.
Yeah, that's what he told me.
That sounds accurate. PPD's he's like a Hall of Fame badge hater, dude. It's insane. Like,
He's a good guy.
dude, I win the first tournament. He just keeps calling me a piece of shit that I suck. It's like, oh, this is only my role model, I was like 16, and I'm sure it's my Steam picture at like 14 points of my life. And this guy just calls me a fucking moron all the time. It's crazy. This week, though, he was a fan. This week, he was a fan. You like the Phoenix, you like the Bird. That's what I'm thinking. And you're gonna warm down. After the 9th time I got picked by his team. That was really the time when it, now he believes.
You're worthy.
Yeah, he's a good guy. A lot of people got the wrong idea of him because, he's really blunt. He's not afraid to tell the truth and very bluntly. So it is what it is.
What's your experience in NADCL been like since you kind of came to help out, or is there anything that is standing out as going really well or going really poorly? Just kind of like a...
Yeah, I think that it could be going better because the idea of the NADCL was to mix and match players that don't want to play with each other and try to heal the beef, and that didn't really work because that's what Trash Knights tried to do, and it failed really hard. And then you want to give shots to people that don't have opportunity to play competitive, and then it just ended up being all the highest MMR players went first round, and that's not surprising that it happened, but the whole idea was to get people like the people that aren't being drafted to get a shot. So Xeriscape got a shot because he's like 6K. He wouldn't have gotten a shot outside of this because he's too low, but he got a shot. And then my guy Bungus, he got a shot playing off lane. And there's some other low MMR guys that got some shots, but
Sandwich.
overall, I think that there wasn't that much opportunity across the board.
I mean, I got to play a game. Wait, 2 games. It's pretty awesome. I got a 4-man Echo Slam. That was pretty satisfying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
There's a
Shadow
couple
Fiend
players
was
that
the
really
one
wanted to
character.
play that didn't get to though, like Lobby. He was practically begging to get on the team, and everybody ignored him anyway. I feel bad for the guy, but it's like I can't get you. I already got a position 1. So
I mean, I have beef with that guy, so no sympathy from me.
true.
It's a lot of like I think the word is nepotism, right? Where it's like who you know and how you know them. That's like how this team finished. Is that Skyward knew Ush really well, and Seps, and I knew Seps and Skyward really well. They like bullied Vico out of his team slot. Then we won.
I was on the draft, the first draft for Bullish on Gaming. I was like, I pushed to get Flea, and I think it was the best decision. But we were definitely not going to draft you or Skyward. But I think Betterson was spamming, like, draft these guys, draft them right now. And they're like, all right, I guess we'll do it. It worked out.
Yeah, Betterson came in clutch, 100%.
Do y'all think there should be like more incentive to trade players around? Like, it seems like not in the spirit of the league to be like, yeah, we're gonna like go through the redrafts, but nothing's actually gonna change, or like things are barely gonna change.
I think it should be less. I think it's like really hard to like have any like, because what if I just have a team, right? Like, and I'm a mid player and I have to play 4 because the other team has some mid players 1,000 or more higher than me, We're like lucky that all of our roles worked out with what we picked. Besides Vico, I guess he got super unlucky, but like I think it's really weird that they want to change people every week. Because like how many teams just get thrown away because it's like anti-vibes, Or if I'm on some team next week with a bunch of fucking haters on it.
Yeah,
And,
the
I
idea
try to
behind the redraft though was to shake up the players, to get everybody playing with each other, get different perspectives, it didn't work out because everybody just wants to play with each other. Like, so the biggest what do you call it? Anyway, the guy who did it the most is B-God, obviously, because he says, I'm not going to play at all unless I get Scourge McDuck on my team. So he went like 3rd round because THV first rounded Scourge McDuck. So now you can't pick B-God if you're the other teams. But when it got to the 3rd round, people were like, fuck it, I'm about to take B-God. So then they had to take him there.
Yeah. But that's just life in general, I think. Like, you're always going to have, like, you want to play with people that you like. You don't want to play with morons. You want to play with people who, like, don't try the same the same level that you try. Like, we're not the most try-hard team. That's what makes it fun. We just kind of keep talking shit to each other the whole time. And it's because we have so much time spent together already, where it's like you kind of know you can fuck with. Like, you can't really fuck around with Flea, because Flea's like super serious. But like, you want to call us a pussy, you can call Ush a pussy, and it motivates them, right? But like, what if Ush gets replaced and we have some new mid player that nobody knows, and I call him a fucking coward, and he just breaks his items, or he fucking mutes his mic, he turns on his fucking Eminem Deluxe Edition playlist, like he has that shit to the max, then we're just waiting to lose the game for 30 more minutes.
Sounds kind of specific. You ain't talking about somebody, are you?
Talk about fucking Skyward. I can't fucking believe that guy sometimes. But
I think it's kind of a failed experiment on the whole draft thing. It was a fun idea on paper, but people don't like to play with each other, and some people are just totally cancerous to play with, apparently. So
I think the draft happens too often, and there's too many teams who don't know or plan enough.
yeah, that could be true too, because there's only I think 5 teams that I can guess what they're gonna pick, and the rest are I have no idea. So they have no idea either.
I mean, you can see it when they're drafting, and PBD's like, "Dude, let's go, let's pick. You've been on the clock for 4 minutes."
Yeah.
I'm assuming, Mr. Hatlord, that you have a plan of you're ending up with these combination of 12 people, because you keep gobbling up what, Remen, Gunga Ginga, right? Or do you keep gobbling up?
Yeah, but I'm not
Yeah.
gobbling up Rim this time because he
Yeah, 'cause
cannot
he's
play.
cool. Yeah, so then you have what, 3-4 options for each role.
I
And it's
pretty
when
much know who I'm gonna take, and I know who's not gonna be available because I know who's gonna pick who, stuff like that. The only
Yeah.
pick that was surprising was when Astronauts took Rojo, and then they also took Double King because I was going to pick Rojo, and then my backup was Double King. So that's how I got Rim in the first draft, because he was my third option.
I actually
worked out.
super liked your draft. You're a sleeper best draft. We were talking about when me and Scott were talking about who their best teams were. We thought it was gonna be the Honored Vanguard and you guys. And then if
Yeah, we
Flea
had
was
an unfortunate round 1 match in the first week against Astronauts. They match up really well against us because they have the best players on 1 and 2, and that's also who our best players were, 1 and 2. So we had no advantage. So we lost 2-1 to those guys. Then when we came back week 2, we lost Ian Burra and had to replace him with Bungus, and we were doing all kinds of wacky shit to try to make it work. Like Rem was playing Oracle, and he destroyed THV so badly on the Oracle that it was all of a sudden the first ban. And they also had to ban his Naga in case he wanted to switch back to 1, and then they forgot to ban the Naga in game 3, so he did switch back to 1.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
remember that. It was really funny. All the switching around. What was it like bringing Pingu on board? Because casting, we're kind of theorizing that Pingu has probably the most, or definitely has the most sort of experience out of everyone in your lineup. Was that...
Yeah, everybody loves Pingu. Everybody's like, oh, Pingu makes it so much easier to play, keeps it cool, a lot more organized. So he's a big help on the team. I think we meant to draft Pingu week 2, but Jan Burra mistakenly drafted Vol. And then I guess that was kind of a disaster, but we somehow won the first round. And then, we got a decent pick for Pingu. I knew we were going to get Pingu because I did the draft, what do you call it? The ghost draft, whatever the hell it's called. And I
Mock
knew
draft,
everybody's
yeah.
pick. Yeah, the mock draft. And I knew we were going to get Pingu.
Mhm.
Well, I think he's got second every time on 3 different teams, 3 weeks in a row.
Yeah, he's going crazy mode. And it's
Yeah,
almost a
I'm bumping him
relief.
up.
It was almost a relief when his team won, because I knew if we won our matchup, our semifinal, that we were gonna win. I feel like the second place curse is a tragic curse to go by. You can't get through that. And so
Yeah,
it was
we let y'all win
it was
for strategic reasons that I can't go into because it'll
I saw-
reveal my master plan.
oh no, we have to hope that Xeriscape gets last picked for a 3rd week in a row. What a bullish on gaming letdown, yeah.
I mean, if we're counting, Fryboys has gotten up a position every single time so far. You guys went out in quarterfinals, then out in semifinals, and now you went out in finals. It seems like y'all are destined to win. If we're just counting
That's the
upwards.
plan. We're doing that so that we will win grand finals guaranteed, and that's where all the money is.
Right.
Nobody's gonna remember who won the first 3. Little mini tourneys with the welfare dollars or whatever. You go to
I've already forgotten.
buy a
you're
couple.
right.
Yeah, I don't even know who won. Who won? Was I?
You guys don't
My
remember
team
who
was
the
in there?
NADCL season 1 or season 4 week 1 and week 3 champion is?
Wasn't
a
it
little
Trash
crazy.
Night?
I remember
They're the
Flea, I
champion of
remember-
something. They're the champions of something, man.
Wasn't some guy talking shit in chat last night, Zeri, about you?
That guy, I love that guy.
Who was it? Was it Dendy?
Dwindle? Dwindle's a special place in my heart.
He only talks in caps.
Dude, there's nothing. Like, I collect schizos. Like, you know, like the Paul brothers collect, like, rare Pokemon cards? Dude, you want some schizos? I got some for you. I got some TikToks of schizos. I got some Facebook groups of schizos. I got like 12 in my Discord of schizos. Like, I keep it like a zoo, and it's like every now and then I get a little bored. It's like 4 in the morning. Maybe I want to talk about a conspiracy theory. I give him a little What do you think about the world being round? And he calls me a moron, and I'm now talking about being the flat Earth for the next 6 hours. I learned about something called the stacked Earth theory the other night. You know how fucking cool that is?
What the fuck are you talking about?
That, like, flat Earth, right? And the reason we have mountains because there's another flat Earth going this way. I learned about that. Alright? I love my fucking schizos. And that's one of my Dota schizos. This Dwendy, I love that guy.
Yeah, that's what the internet does to us. Gets us
He,
talking to each other.
I actually
Psychos.
expected them to beat you guys because Shaggy is a psycho, and he just pulls out this random shit that just works, and then he just carries a game out of nowhere. And he actually had you guys on the ropes, but you guys managed to come back and beat him 2-0.
It was all for content.
The previous week, he actually did beat a team with his Spirit Breaker by himself. So that guy,
Yeah, I remember
that guy's hit or miss. But when he hits, it's a hard hit.
Yeah, but that team also had 4 mid players, then Chives.
Right.
So it's like, if their draft wasn't random, they probably could win. Because it's not
What
like
team was he on?
Shaggy... Huh? It's Shaggy, Pichu, Chives, Dwendy, and Turtle. And they're all mid players, besides Chives. And Chives is
that
like
Paladins?
a 3-4-5 player. Yeah.
Chives can play mid though.
Yeah, Chives, yeah, they just had a bunch of mid players. And it's like, the guy drafting Paladins is so out of the loop. I don't know. What can you do?
I just hope he doesn't randomly draft my shit. You know, that's the heart attack waiting to happen. Is, oh shit, here comes Paladins. They better not grab my guy. Oh, thank God.
It's the RNG and the redraft. It's a tough one to get past.
Hatlord,
I
when's the
remember
next
they first picked last time though.
when's the next
I
Fry
think it
Boys
was
comic coming
Chives.
out?
Yeah, it was Chives. And when they said Chives, I was like, oh nice, I'm gonna get Pingu now. Because that was the only wild card. If they take Pingu, shit. But they didn't, so I was like, okay, I got it.
Hatlord,
What's up?
when's the next Fry Boys comic coming out?
I don't know. My artist has been offline. I got an idea. The comic's gonna be like the skunk's gonna try to give him a trophy to distract him to steal the fries, but he's just gonna be like, nah, I don't want that trash. I'm eating the fries. And then the skunk's gonna get pissed at him. Something like that. You know, the comic's real family friendly, you know, it's like Garfield style where it's not funny and it's actually almost terrible. But then it's like, you know what? This is kind of digestible. You know, I guess I could read this. So that's like a Garfield style comic.
Yeah.
Nice.
There's a story there, and we've understood it, and that's about where it rests.
Yeah, pretty much. And you show it to your kids or your girlfriend, and they're like, "Wow, this is awesome." And then you're like, "Oh, is it? Okay, I guess I'll buy some Fryboy shit at the NADCL store, which you can do right now. And we got all kinds of shit, so go buy it."
Yeah, we have about like 5-ish minutes left in the discussion. I would just like to hear from both of y'all heading into the redrafts. Are there any sort of hot takes, any sort of lofty expectations y'all have for redraft number 3?
Are all the Trash Night players banned?
No. I believe the ruling
A and B...
was that they're going to be allowed to pick, but now everyone knows that they're big flakes. So who would pick?
Yeah, I don't think A and B will get drafted by any team that isn't named
They gobbled
Paladins.
A and B up, actually.
They gobbled A and B up, huh?
Yeah.
The Trash
Wait,
Knights.
Trash Knights did?
Yep.
Holy shit! Is A and B about to go 0-10? Who's he gonna
This
pick?
could be a big redemption story for him. You know, I want to see A and B. You know, I want to see him put in the work. He's got an opportunity to play, and he turns his nose up at it because he wants a better opportunity. Like when he went off the Spork Face Killers, who did he go to? He's like, I want the top 2 teams from the last tournament to draft me. I want Bullish on Gaming and I want Astronauts to draft me. He's not looking for a challenge. He's looking for the easy way. If you're gonna be a leader, you don't take the easy path. And if you're looking to play at TI, you don't dodge these teams like Astronauts. Oh no, they have Happy Seals players on them. They're godlike. Come on, man. You want to play at TI and play against EG and shit, and you're scared of Happy Seals? I don't know, man. It's kind of cringe.
That was the craziest excuse I've ever heard someone made. They have 2 DPC players. Every fucking team has like 3+ DPC players. Sorry that you couldn't scam Little Nick out of his DPC slot and you can't consider yourself a DPC player. Every team has multiple DPC players. Like
Yeah, I think we
that's
got
why
one.
I can't stand that guy. Is he pulls the most bullshit, then he's like, "Woe is me." There's no accountability, and he's so shocked. I don't like
No,
draft wise.
he was actually going to be banned from the league before it started. But I said, no, you can't ban EMB. Give him a shot. Let him play. And they're like, oh, but he's toxic. Nobody likes him. And I'm like, well, isn't that the point of the league is to get these guys that nobody likes, give him a chance to, heal the region. He comes in, gets a chance. First round
And
draft pick, gets to
shits
build
the
his own
bed.
team. He's like, my team that I made sucks. I don't want to be on it anymore. What the fuck?
Yeah.
So I don't know.
And they like actually look like a good team going forward, which is the crazy part.
Yeah.
Who did they gobble up? Did they keep what Doran, Baby B Kid, or what?
Their team is fucking really good now. They got Fade, Stana, and they're probably gonna pick up Door again because I doubt anybody's gonna draft Door first round. Or
Well, they
actually, I
have
think
the
they got
first
first
pick.
round pick. Yeah, they're probably gonna grab Door, so
Do
they'll
we
have
know
their
they're
3,
gobble
4, and
ups?
5. Yeah,
Sorry, do we?
Stana and Fade. Fade is like the 10K offlaner that just
Mhm.
joined. So they got really lucky with the timing because they were able to replace their first round draft pick with a 10K MMR player. So
Yeah, they have the chance to be extremely good. Like Sleeper win the tournament.
they almost beat us. I was really pissed at random standing because I was like, man, this team's already good, and now we got this random guy that joined, and we barely beat him. So they have a chance to win the grand final.
Yeah. Hopefully these teams can kind of stick it together and actually field a roster for the final 2 tournaments because it's where it counts.
I
Yeah.
think if all the teams try, even Trash Knights can show up at the grand finals and win because they have Alien Banana Man, and they got Wake Me Up. Those are 2 really good players.
Well,
If they
that's
don't cry and whine on the mic, and
that's
they
the
pick up
issue.
3 solid players, they can win against any other team easily. They got the talent. But yeah, like you said, like Xeriscape said, there's a lot of value in the the attitude. Like the MMR doesn't reflect the attitude.
It turns out that playing Dota during your like what is it like communication skills, like your crucial years of gaining communication skills, wasn't the best strategy for some people. The years when you're going the most and you're playing 40 games a week wasn't the best strategy. You're going home from school, turning the cell phone off, not even looking at the iFunny memes back in 2014, and just straight grinding the pub games. Maybe it wasn't the best strategy. Maybe we missed that fundamental building
Maybe not.
block.
All
Yeah, at
right.
the end of the day, that describes every Dota player, though.
True. We've all incurred developmental challenges in in pursuit of playing the game we love.
I always say when people start talking about mental issues in Dota, hey man, you're casting stones in a glass house. Everybody in Dota is
Dude,
mentally ill.
we're
Everybody.
all morons. It's like the
True.
PMA. The people I know the most morons are like the people who are like full PMA in chat. I know those guys are true schizos. And those are the ones where you just gotta like, you gotta scratch the skin a little bit, and then they're talking about flat earth shit with you. Like they're right there with you, you know? That's why I love this game. Everybody's a moron. It's just about being the right level of moron with the right people.
True.
Alright.
You can't be too spicy of a moron. It's be the right temperature of moron.
All right, we've hit that 46-minute mark, so we can go off and be morons and impact the people in our own lives. Thank you for joining us, Xeriscape and Hatlord. Good luck in the redrafts. Good luck on the rest of the tournament. Anything to say before we head out, Sandwich?
Thanks, bros.
Oh, I need to turn on the stream.
You're nice.
Bye.